Well, in this subsection, we will be looking at how when you are given the term of an AP, it could be used in asking you to find other components of an AP. Perhaps the first term, the common difference, or any other thing. Let's look at these examples. Question 1. The nth term, Tn, of an AP is given by Tn is equal to 3n minus 1. A. State I, the 8th term, II, the 15th term. B. Find the first term and the common difference. In this section, we will be looking at the situations where maybe the term will be given you. You saw in the previous videos or in the previous section, you had to figure out the term yourself and use to work with. Here, we're going to see a situation where maybe the term will be given you, right? Then you have to use the term to generate other unknown aspects of the sequence. Sometimes in examination, they can even give you the term and ask you to write down the first 3 terms of the sequence. That should be easier for you to also work out. If you watch the videos in our regular AP series video, I'm sure you should be very comfortable with working on that. If not done that, I will encourage you to always take the opportunity, subscribe to that video and go through that course. It makes it easier for you to follow up with what we are doing here. So following up from the question that was just shown you, an arithmetic progression has been given. It has been given in terms of the stated term, like the progression itself, the formula for the progression, how the progression works. And the question said that the nth term of the progression, Tn, is given by 3n minus 1. Okay, 3n minus 1. The problem says that we should find the 8th term. We should find the 8th term. Guys, remember that an arithmetic progression, sometimes in an examination, it will already have the first term, the A and the D, already put in there and simplified. Okay, it should be clear for you to get that. Such that what you will see will not ordinarily look like how the AP formula was. Like the Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1D. That is how the general formula of an AP looks like. But in questions of this nature, you realize that it has been simplified already. So you can't just readily make out what the first term, the A or the D is. But it still says that it is an arithmetic progression. So you have to be careful and a bit cautious with the way you work with it. Now the problem says that we should find the 8th term. The 8th term. How do you find the 8th term? That's pretty simple, I guess. So the 8th term will be T8. So wherever we find n, we replace it with 8. We're going to have 3 into bracket 8 minus 1. 3 times 8 is 24. You subtract 1 from 24, you get 23. So our 8th term will be 23. Pretty simple, huh? Okay. Then the second part, II says that we should find the 15th term. 15th term, that will be T15. So again, we go to the arithmetic progression, the expression that we've been given for the AP, and wherever we see n, we put 15 in there. This is going to give us 3 into bracket 15 minus 1. 3 times 15 will give you 45, then minus 1, that will give you 44. So our 15th term is 44. Okay? Now, the question says that we should, on the basis of what all that we've done, we should find the first term and the common difference. The first term and the common difference. Okay? The first term and the common difference. Guys, note that if you want to find a formula of, if you want to find the first term or probably the common difference is always the value you get from successive, like trying to find the difference between two successive terms in an AP. So if you know the 10th term, to be able to find the common difference, then you should know the 11th term or the 9th term, those successive terms, okay? So the problem here, there are 2 ways that we could go about it. When we want to find the common difference, what we could do is to find probably the 9th term. Once you know the 9th term, you can subtract the 8th term from the 9th term to get a common difference, or you find the 7th term. Remember that the general rule of the AP is already given, but you say we should find the first term. The easiest route is just find the first term. And that is T1. So the first term, A, will be T1. So we take the general formula, then we replace it with 1. So you're going to get 3 into bracket 1 minus 1. This is going to give you 3 minus 1. And obviously, you're going to have 2. You're going to have 2 in here. Okay? So your first term, A, is 2. Then the other part says that we should find our common difference. The common difference, we can even find the second term, since the general formula is given. What is the second term? So you're going to have T2 will be 3 into bracket 2 minus 1. That's going to give you 6 minus 1. And you have 5. Are we okay? So the second term by the general formula of the AP is 5. So guys, I hope you can guess what the second term will be. The common difference will be, if the first term is 2 and the second term is 5, what will be the common difference? 5 minus 2. That's going to give you 3. So your common difference, D, will be 3. That's pretty easy for you to work out. Okay? So that is how you deal with such a situation. So keep at the back of your mind that when you have the general formula being given, it could be a basis for you to be asked of the first term and the common difference. The common difference is always arrived at by taking the difference between any 2 successive terms. And that shouldn't be difficult for you to work out for. The common difference, the first term will rarely be found when you just take the general formula and put your 1, your T1, your first term in there. If you simplify that, it should be able to give you your first term. So that is it. The 22nd term of an AP is 4 times the 5th term, while the 12th term is 12 more than the 8th term. Find the first term and the common difference. Okay, so in this problem that we have just seen, we've shown, it has some bit of algebra, like use of word problems in trying to resolve that. But obviously, using the term, it's very crucial. Trying to use the general term of the AP is very necessary in having to resolve the problem. So we'll just look at the key portions in there, then we'll see how we'll go by that. And it's very common that you're going to see most of these things also in an exam. Okay, it looks like a word problem as you know from basic algebra. Just try to remember that. Things like twice of that, you should infer that to mean 2 times, 12 more than, 3 more than. That is, it could be an addition of a constant or a subtraction, depending on what you put your focus on. So I'll just urge you that if you're not very comfortable with that aspect of twice being more than, please go back and subscribe, watch our video on algebraic expressions, particularly word problem, how to write out and deduce mathematical relations. There you would see extensively how you can always figure out what to do when you have twice of, 3 times that, a quarter of, 12 more than, those things. It should be easy for you to work on them. But coming back to our problem, we are saying that the 22nd term of an AP, that's what the question said, right? In an AP, the 22nd term is 4 times the 5th term. So T22 is equal to 4 times the 5th term, right? Okay, so the 22nd term of an AP, T22, is equal to 4 times the 5th term. Then it also says that the 12th term is 12 more than the 8th term. The 12th term is 12 more than the 8th term. So 12 plus T8. 12 plus T8. Remember, when we say more than, it means it's an addition of a constant. So more than 12 more than the 8th term. And the problem says that we should find the common difference. All right. So this problem, when you encounter such situations in an exam, always know that it has got to do with the general relations of an AP. So you have to do some bit of replacement and eventually set up an algebraic relation that will help you to always be able to go over that. So let's look at the 22nd term of an AP. We know that for an AP, any term in the Tn is given by a plus n minus 1d. We've gone through that a lot. So anytime you subtract 1 from that, multiplied by d, you're okay. So T22, we can quickly just write that as a plus 21d. Hope you're okay. Because if you were to put the 22 here, you're going to have a plus 22 minus 1d. Okay? And 22 minus 1 will be 21. Therefore, the 22nd term will be a plus 21d. That's okay. Okay, so 4 into bracket, then our T5. The 5th term, if you were to put 5 here, you are going to get a plus 5 minus 1d, which will give you a plus 4d. So here is a plus 4d. Okay, so this is what we get from the first part. The 22nd term base is 4 times the 5th term. Let's simplify this. You're going to have a plus 21d equal to 4a plus 16d. Are we okay? So we can say that 3a will be equal to, okay, so when you bring this one, you're going to a minus 4a, that's going to give you minus 3a, right? Just to help you understand, you can just use straight away anyway. But 16 minus 21 will give you 5, right? 16 minus 21 will give you minus 5. So minus 5d. Hence, we can say that our 3a is equal to 5d. Okay? Or 3a minus 5d is equal to 0. Anyhow you want to write it, that's not much of a problem. So that is the relation we get when we take the first part of the problem. Okay, now let's go to the other section. It says that the 12th term is 12 more than the 8th term. What is the 12th term? What is the 12th term? All right, let's just try and separate this. Let's split this one up here so that you don't mix it up. The 12th term, likewise, if you were to put 12 here, you're going to get a plus 12 minus 1, d, and that's going to give you a plus 11d. Okay, when you put 12 there, 12 minus 1 will be 11. So a plus 11d will give you the 12th term. A plus 11d equal to 12 plus, what will be T8? If we were to put 8 here, you're going to get a plus 8 minus 1d. That is a plus 7d. So T8 will be a plus 7d. Okay. Now, if you were to simplify all of that, I'm sure you're going to get a will cancel out a. Then you're going to have 11d minus 7d equal to 12. This is going to give you 4d is equal to 12, right? Hope that is clear. 4d is equal to 12. So from this, we quickly figure out our d to be 3, because 12 divided by 4 will give you 3. So our common difference just comes out easily, nicely. Our common difference d is 3. So now that we know our common difference d to be 3, how do we find our first term? Already we know that 3a is equal to 5d. The connection between the first term and the common difference is established in the first part here. 3a is equal to 5d. Hence, we're going to have 3a is equal to 5d, 5 times d, and d is 3. So our 3a will be 15, and that's going to give us our a to be 5, because 15 divided by 3 should give you 5. So our first term is 5. Our common difference is 3. Okay? So just try and keep that. When you have these kind of situations, more than, 12 than, it's just a pretty simple algebraic relation. Try and set up the relation, put the parts that you have been given into the general AP relation, and I'm sure you get a very simplified algebraic expression. Take your time with the algebra, and the answers should come out just fine. A is equal to 5, D is equal to 3, and you have the situation that we see here.